best thing about this program is that you guys send us emails on who you want us to interview, much like Troy Hazard here. That's how we met him. If we get to interview a celebrity or a rock star or something like that, it's mainly because you guys told us to. Yeah. Scott Mahoney is a company that you wanted us to interview. He's the CEO of a company called Taronis Fuels. We had him on earlier. Good guy. You're talking about cleaner, safer, smarter in the world of fuel business, and if you can take a look at that, no more accidents they're talking about, and you know this is about the acetylene business. Remember that?
Oh yeah, acetylene torch.
Remember these guys?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, when I say fuels, I'm not. Yeah, you guys always default to the fact I'm talking about truck drivers. We were talking about truck drivers for another reason.
Right.
But the bottom line is, this is the fuel business that could change everything.
Really? Yeah.
This is the aspirin of the welding business.
We need this.
Scott Mahoney's here. Scott, what's up, man? Great to talk to you, and I'm so glad you were able to come back.
Love to be back. Really privileged. Thank you today.
So listen, let's chat, because there was a reason why your people, your fans, wanted you to come on the air here, because you have something that typically Johnny Lunchbucket, City CEO, is not going to care about the world of acetylene torches and welding, unless it's something like you guys are the Tesla of that business. You're rocking this thing on its side. Take us from the beginning again. This is really interesting.
Well, we basically have a groundbreaking technology that lets us make a renewable fuel in an industry that has one of the dirtiest old tech gases on the market, acetylene. Basically, think of it like the Frankenstein that Mother Nature never intended.
Now, acetylene is the stuff that's in the acetylene is the stuff in the tank when you see the welder guy, or not the welder, but the soldering guy or whatever, right? Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. It looks like a little torpedo on its side.
Yeah, and the coolest part about that job, when I used to watch you guys do it, is right before they'd go to work, they'd go, and the whole helmet would automatically just drop into place.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's more like it's like Iron Man. So that acetylene business, in every facet of construction, from New York City to Dubai, that's blowing up bad energy up into the air, bad juju up in the air, because it's a pollutant. Correct?
Oh.
Yep. How they make it is extremely pollutive, and when they burn it, it's really bad for the guys to be exposed to.
Oh.
There's a lot of really harmful emissions that come out of burning acetylene. So we eliminate most of that. When you cook with our gas, you're basically producing primarily water vapor, a little bit of other emissions, but it's really harmless for people to be around. It's about 70% less carbon emissions.
And still does the same thing. Still get the big blue, red, green flame, whatever that thing is there?
Yeah, the only difference is ours is better. Ours is literally like a handheld lightsaber.
So tell us about the technology, because you're replacing something that is as commonplace as I don't know, the stuff you put in air conditioners, right? I mean, this is truly.
Yeah, this is everywhere. This is every bridge that's getting rebuilt, every factory that's making things at scale, demolition, construction, farming. You know, you think of all the tractors that people are taking out in the fields. They drive it into a guardrail. They got to fix that guardrail. They're taking a little bottle of acetylene out into the field to fix what they broke. And it is all over Earth. It's a massive industry. It's a dirty industry, and we're turning it on its head.
So what's the adoptability like on this, Scott? I mean, the bottom line is you got an industry that's dyed to the wool and doing things one way. Plus, there's probably black helicopters outside your office from the acetylene industry. Hey, how do you deal with that? How do you deal with that?
Would you quit messing with the gas?
So the big thing we love to do is go to the welding schools. Young kids are always looking for innovative, cool technologies, and you get someone who has not got any old habits, and then they can show their welding instructors that they can do something that their welding instructors have never seen. It kind of goes viral. So we love teaching the teachers and teaching the young, because they're changing the industry's future, and they're the ones getting excited by what we show them every day. But we even teach old dogs new tricks as well. So
what about
once you've done something fun, it's hard to go back.
What about the adaptability of folks that are buying the product, though? I mean, because, you know, let's face it. Let's say you got a giant construction company across the country that is used to, or at least, you know, and I don't know who in fact, that's probably a good question. Who's your customer?
So people that make automobiles, people that build buildings, people that maintain bridges, people that make rail cars for trains.
So the automakers, for example, have been doing things the same way forever, and you walk in there and your cost benefit is a couple of ways, right? I mean, this is a more efficient, cleaner, safer,
green,
smarter way to do stuff. Is it also cheaper, or is it competitive?
Yeah, the big hook is the money.
No kidding.
So our product costs less than half the old school tech, and more importantly, the labor. So if someone can cut 50% faster, it's not only about saving money on the product,
Right.
it's saving money on man hours.
Yeah.
It's a huge savings to big companies.
So from where I'm sitting, you guys have, I mean, we've interviewed Steve Forbes a number of times and some very well-known CEOs, and to the man, every one of them says, and woman, says, if you want to be successful, you find a need and fill it. You guys really have something that is bigger, better, faster, stronger, and cheaper, don't you?
Yeah, we believe we do, yes.
And
Definitely.
so what is the next step for you guys? Because I did some diligence on you guys. I mentioned last time I talked to you. Your revenues went up 50% during the global pandemic in 2020. How'd you manage that?
So you said something really interesting. You find a need and you fill it. So when the big guys faced COVID, they started peeling back. So they laid off 25% of their workforce. We went and cherry picked the best guys they let go and had them come work for us. And, it's all about customer service. No matter what you sell, unless you take care of the customer, they're not going to feel the love and want to do business with you. So when the big guys scale back, it's an opportunity for us to step into their shoes and take market share.
What's up for
So
you?
that's what really happened last year.
So what's up for you guys going forward here? Because we're still in the middle of COVID, but you guys seem to be ramping up pretty well. By the way, these guys are publicly traded under the stock symbol TRNFD, TRNFD. And of course, their website is taronisfuels.com. We'll put it on our website. I'll tweet it out to our 40,000.
There's an industry where a blue flame is more prominent than a chilly night at a frat house.
I knew somehow.
So, yeah, you can work with that. So for us, the future's pretty bright. So we're just launching Phoenix. We just launched Miami. We're about to launch Houston. Houston's the largest global mass industrial gas industry in the world. So we got some really big markets we're opening right now. Even with COVID, Arizona's benefited from Californians moving to Arizona.
Yeah.
Florida's been booming with people moving from the mid-Atlantic down into that state. So we're positioned across the Sun Belt in some of the biggest, fastest growing economies in the country, and we're killing it.
Well, I love. Listen, I want you to keep coming back only because this is one of those topics that you just don't think about.
No.
But but did you think about batteries before Elon Musk came along?
Not really.
I mean, honestly, I'm not saying that as a joke either, Scott. I mean, you guys really are in this. I mean, when you think about who your customers are, car makers, bridge makers, every construction company in the world, and you're changing the face of how things are done. Yeah, I love this deal, and I'd love to have you back on the air with us. Scott, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Scott Mahoney is his name. Of course, he is the CEO of Taronis Fuels. Go to taronisfuels.com, and of course, they're publicly traded. TRNFD is their stock symbol, and would love to have these come back. Now,